Children, welcome back. I'm with the next topic, fundamental concept of algebra, the most important branch of mathematics. So when I teach you, you should be attentive till the end of the lecture. Here we'll learn the basic terms used in algebra. To make algebra clear, let me set one daily life example, a very simple example. So before I proceed algebra students, let me ask you a simple question. A person has how many eyes? 2 eyes, very simple, and you must be wondering why Miss is asking about eyes. Keep patient. Let me explain you algebra with the help of eyes. For example, here you can see one person has how many eyes? 2 into 1, 2 eyes. 2 persons have how many eyes? 2 into 2, 4 eyes. 3 persons have how many eyes? 2 into 3, 6 eyes. So what is fixed here? Number of eyes. 2 in all the cases. And what is being changed? Persons. In first case 1 person, second case 2, third case 3. And if I ask you replace this 1, 2, 3 which is being changed by a letter, which letter will you prefer? I think you will prefer small p. So we can make a common formula for finding the number of eyes as 2 into small p. Now if I ask you how many eyes do 5 person have? Very easy. Just write 2 and in place of p put the value 5 and so on, becomes 10 eyes. So here you see the number 1, 2, 3 which is being changed is replaced by a letter or a symbol p. This is all about algebra. In algebra, the numbers are expressed in terms of symbol or letters. And students, to express numbers in algebra, usually we prefer small letters. Children, hence we reach to the conclusion. Algebra is a branch of mathematics which deal with the numbers expressed as generalized symbol such as x, y, z. As I explained you, 2 into p, where p is the number of persons, 2 is the fixed value, that is the number of eyes, p is being changed. So the value or the terms which is being changed or which vary is called variables in algebra. Because its value is unknown, or literals because letters are being used. So these variables or literals or literal numbers can be small letters like x, y, z, comma, a, b, c, or any small letters. For example, if I say a person has certain amount like rupees x, as this value is unknown, so we consider it as a variable. Students, our next topic is operation on literals. And do you know all the rules of addition, subtraction, multiplication, division of integers and fraction a literal number hold? For example, if I talk about addition, when a fixed number is added to literal, it remains a literal. Second property, when you add two literals, it follows the commutative law. X plus y equals to y plus x. Third rule, it follows associative property. When you add 3 literals, x plus y plus z, then it follows associative law. Now let's move on to subtraction. In case of subtraction, when you subtract any literal from a fixed value, it remains literals. Next property, when you subtract any negative number from x, it remains x plus y. Now let us move to the multiplication. Multiplication, when you multiply a literal with a fixed value, it remains literals. Next, it follows commutative law, x into y equals to y into x, and it also follows associative law, x into y into z equals to x into y into z. Even if the group is changed, the product remains same. So children, you can see in case of addition, subtraction and multiplication of the literals, the rules are exactly same which we follow in case of integers in fraction. And the most important thing is whenever a literal is added to the fixed value or is subtracted from a fixed value or is multiplied to a fixed value, the answer is a literal, means not a fixed value. Few important points to note or learn. First point, whenever you add two literals such that one is the additive inverse of it, the sum is always 0. Second point, whenever you multiply a literal with its reciprocal of x is 1 by x, the product is always 1. And third most important thing which you should learn is when there is repeated multiplication of the literal x into x into x, then we write it as x raised to power. For example, here it is being repeated 3 times, power 3. If there is repeated multiplication of the same literal 4 times, for example, y into y into y into y, then we write it as y raised to power 4. Usually we don't take cross for multiplication, we put dots for the multiplication in case of algebra. More important point to note, children, any literal to power 0, whether it is x raised to power 0 or y raised to power 0 or z raised to power 0, all these are always equals to 1. Next topic is algebraic expression. Suppose if I write here few numbers like 2x or 3y and connect them with plus sign, then it becomes an expression, and this is called algebraic expression. In this case, you have added two parts. These two parts are connected with plus sign. Let me take one more example. For example, z minus y. Here again you have how many parts? Two parts, z minus y. These type of expressions are called algebraic expressions, in which the parts which are connected with plus or minus sign are known as terms. Means these two are terms. So it has how many terms? Two terms. Let's move to the next expression. Again you see here the two terms or the two parts are connected with minus sign. So it is again an algebraic expression which has how many terms? Two terms. So what do you mean by terms? Terms are the part of an algebraic expression connected with plus or minus sign. So what is algebraic expression? Algebraic expression is an expression in which the constant and literals are connected with plus, minus, multiply or division. Children, look at the next example. 3 plus x minus 9y. It has how many parts? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. So in this algebraic expression, how many terms are there? 3 terms. And they are connected with which signs? Plus or minus. If I talk about the third term, 9y. How can you get 9y? By multiplying a fixed value with a literal. Students, look at the board. If you see here, this is an example of algebraic expression which has how many parts? 1, 2, 3. 3 parts are connected with plus or minus sign. So these all 3 are the terms. So this algebraic expression has how many terms? 3 terms. Let us talk about the first term. In first term, how can you get this first term? 3 into x. So 3 is the fixed value called constant of the term and x is literal of the term. When I talk about minus 7y, here minus 7 is the fixed value. So minus 7 is constant part of the term and y is literal. Next, move on the next topic. 2. If you see this 2, in this case there is no literal. So such type of terms which has no literal factor or literal part is called constant term. There are 3 expressions written on the board. First expression, 3x square minus 9 plus 7y. If I ask you which term is constant term, so how will you check? First you see the term which has no literal factor and here minus 9 is the constant term. Next example, 7x plus 8y minus 4. It has how many terms? 3 terms. Out of these 3 terms, minus 4 has no literal factor. So we call it a constant term of this expression. Move on to the next example. 2x minus 10. 2x minus 10 has how many terms? 2 terms. And here minus 10 is the constant term. This is how we can easily identify constant term. Constant term of an expression is a term which has no literal factor, means no letter attached with the fixed value. Let's move on the types of algebraic expressions. The first type, monomials. When an expression has only one term, we call it monomial. For example, minus 8 or a or x or 7y. If I ask you children, 3x into y, is it a monomial or not? As I told you, the terms are only connected with plus and minus, so it's a single term. When you multiply, it becomes 3xy. So it's a monomial. Now move on to the next example, binomial. If an expression has two terms, it's called binomial. For example, a plus b or x square minus 9y, or you can say x by y plus 3. All these have two terms, so they are binomial. But don't get confused if I ask you, find out this number, x into y plus 7y. Expression, is it a binomial? How to identify? As the terms are connected with plus and minus sign, if it is multiplication or division, we count it as one term. So this is one term plus the next, so altogether two terms, so it is a binomial. Next, trinomial. An expression, if has three terms, it's called trinomial. Some examples like minus x by y plus 7 minus 8y, or you can say 3x square plus 4y minus 9. Let me set one example. 4y into x plus 9 plus 7y. Is it a trinomial or not? Again, just check. This is counted as one term. One term, two terms, three terms, so it's again a trinomial. Children, point to note, if an expression has two or more terms, the common name is multinomial. Let's talk about the factors of a term. If a term is not constant, then it's the product of constant and literals. For example, 3xy, 3 into x into y. In this case, all these are the factors of the given term. So if question comes right, two factors of the given term, as you all know, one is factor of all the number, second, the number itself is also a factor of the number, and other than these three are the factors, 3, x, y, and so on. You can make more factors by multiplying any two out of them. 3 into x, 3x is a factor of this term, or x into y, xy is a factor of this term. This is how we can find many factors of the given term. One more important part, in this term 3xy, xy is called literal factor and the fixed value of the term is called real factors. So let me ask you, the term is minus 2x square y. First, divide them as numerical factor and literal factor. Minus 2 is the numerical factor as it is fixed value, and x square y is the literal factor. And if I ask you separate all the factors, what are the factors of this term? Minus 2 into x, 2 times the repeat x into y. These are the factors of the given terms. Students, next is coefficient. Coefficient means when we talk about terms, a term is a product of constant and literals. So any of its factor is the coefficient of the product of other factors. For example, if I take this one and ask you what is the coefficient of y, so first you write it as factor 3 into x into x into y. If you are asked to tell the coefficient of y, so other than y, the product of other factor is the coefficient of y. It means 3x square. Move on to the next example. If I ask you tell the coefficient of x square, so other than x square, product of next all factor is the coefficient 3y. Let me make it more clear with the help of an example from exercise 1a, question 8. Question is, write the coefficient of x in the following. In first case, if you remove x, what factor is left? Minus 1 by 2. So minus 1 by 2 is coefficient of x. Here you see x into 1. So what is coefficient of x? 1. Next term is 2xy. To find the coefficient of x, remove x and find the product of next term is 2 into y. 2y is the coefficient of x. Likewise, minus 5a square x. What is the coefficient of x? Remove x and multiply the next all factors. So minus 5a square is the coefficient of x. Question 9 is again based on coefficient. Question is, find the coefficient of b square in the following. First example, minus ab square. So what is the coefficient of b square? Minus a. Question number 2, what is the coefficient of b square? Remove b square, 6. Coefficient of b square in it is 7a square. Next, minus 8b square c. Here you see the coefficient of b square means the factors. Coefficient of b square means the product of the other factors. Minus 8c is the coefficient of b square in it. Next to learn like terms. If I talk about this particular term, minus 9xy. In this case, minus 9 is the numerical coefficient and xy is the literal coefficient. Or we can say minus 9 is the numerical factor and xy is the literal factor. Here, the literal factor is xy. Next example, the numerical factor is 4 and the literal factor is again xy. The terms which have same literal factors are called like terms. One more example, minus 7ab square minus 5b square a. Here you see the numerical factor is minus 7, the numerical factor is minus 5 in the next term. What about literal factor? If you keep in proper order, the literal factor is ab square. Here you see b square a. When you arrange in order alphabetically, it is again ab square. So the two have the same literal factors. So again these two terms are like terms. So what are like terms? The terms which have the same literal factors are called like terms. We can't say that x, y, z is not equal to z, y, x. They too have the same literal factor. The order doesn't count while comparing the literal factors. It should be exactly same in numbers, means number of x, number of y, number of z should be same in both the terms. Thereby we can easily reach to the conclusion, unlike terms are the terms in which the literal factors are not same. Let me set some example. Minus 8xy 4xy square, as the literal factor is xy, here it is xy square. They are not same, so they are unlike terms. Children, next topic to learn is polynomials. An algebraic expression whose terms are power of x or a constant is called a polynomial in x. For example, here I have written some expressions in terms of constant in x. 2 plus x, 1 minus 3x plus 8x square. You see example 1, an algebraic expression where you have two terms and the power of x is 1, which is positive. Move on to the next example, 1 minus 3x plus 8x square. Again this expression is in term of x where the power of x is 1, power of x is here 2. What is the power of x in constant term? The power of x in constant term is always 0 because x raised to power 0 equals to 1. Make a note. Next thing to learn, then how can we say that the given expression is not a polynomial? I'll explain with the help of example. Children, the expressions in which the literal lie in denominators, it means they all have negative power of x, in which the power of x is positive are polynomials, and if it is negative means it is not a polynomial. So when you check or identify an expression, if the literals lie in denominators means those expressions are not a polynomial. Next, very important note, already I have explained, when you have only constant term, for example 8 or 7. In this case, what is the power of x? Power of x is always 0. Now let's move on to the next topic, degree of a polynomial. The degree of a polynomial is the highest power of x in that. For example, in first case, what is the highest power of x? 1. So degree of this expression is 1. Moving on to the next example. In this polynomial, there are 3 terms, 1 minus 3x plus 8x squared. Let us try to find out the power of x in each term. Here the power of x is 0, here the power of x is 1, here the power of x is 2. The highest power of x in this polynomial is 2. So what is the degree here of this polynomial? 2 is the degree of this polynomial. So what is a degree of a polynomial? If you are given a polynomial, the term with the highest power of x, the highest power of the x in the given polynomial is the degree of the polynomial. I am going to solve question number 11 of exercise 1a to make it more clear what do you mean by polynomials and x degree. First, let us identify given expressions whether they are a polynomial or not. If you see the first expression, it has how many terms? 1, 2, 3, 4 terms, and in this, which is the constant term? 1 is the constant term. Now let us try to find the power of each term. Here the power of x. First of all, this expression is in terms of x, so it is a polynomial in x. Here the power of x is 0, 1, 2, and here the power of x is 3. So the highest power of this polynomial is 3. So what is the degree of this polynomial? 3. Next example, 5x square minus 7x plus 2 by x. As x is in denominator, hence it's not a polynomial. Third example, 7 minus y square. This is a polynomial in y because the literal factor is y. Now, how many terms it has? It has 2 terms. 7 is constant term, so the power of y in this is 0, and the next power of y is 2. So the highest power is 2, so degree of this is 2. Fourth example, 1 by x plus x. As x is in denominator, so it's not a polynomial. As I told you, the condition for an expression to be a polynomial is its power should be either 0 or positive. Sixth example, 1 plus a raised to power 4. This is a polynomial in a as the literal factor is a. It has how many terms? 2 terms. 1 plus a raised to power 4. Here the power of a in constant term is 0 and the next power of this term is 4. So out of the 2, the highest power is 4. So the degree of this polynomial is 4. So let's move on the questions of exercise 1a. Question number 1. Write the following symbolically. First question is the sum of 3 and a. How can you write in mathematical expression? Sum of 3 and a means 3 plus a. Question number 2. The sum of 6 and minus x. Sum of 6 and minus x. 6 plus minus x. Next example. The sum of m and n. How can you change into mathematical expression? M plus n. Next example, the sum of minus 1 by 2 and minus a. Minus 1 by 2 plus minus a. This is how you can symbolically convert the given statement. A subtracted from 2. A subtracted from 2 means 2 minus a. Next, minus 7 subtracted from x. X minus 7. It converts to, if you move to the next step, it becomes x plus 7. Next example, 7th one, the product of 11 and p. Product of 11 and p, 11 into p means 11p. Next, a divided by b expressed as a product. A divided by b expressed as a product means a into the reciprocal of b, 1 by b. This is how can you change into multiplication. Next example, 3 times sum of x and 5. 3 times means into sum of x plus 5. 10th, The sum of y and minus 7 divided by 11. Sum of y and minus 7. First you find the sum of y and minus 7 and divide the whole by 11. Out of these 10 sum, this one is important. Students, you have been told that the whiteboard work is your classwork. So those sums do in copy as classwork, and the homework sums are question number 2, 4, 5, 6, 10 and 12 practice in book, and question number 7 do in copy.